What's going on, guys? Ronnie here with the Local Losers. We're working on the BRZ today. So next week on Sunday, we're going drifting in this. So I want to get some things squared away. Something we found out after we did the angle kit was these wheels don't have enough offset. When we go to full lock, the tire rubs both in the back and in the front. So we're going to put on 1-inch spacers. We're going to adapt this thing to 5x114, which is a way more usable bolt pattern. We'll put a set of wheels, actually these WRX wheels on it. So they'll still have Subaru badges. These are the drift rears for the hard body. So we're going to run those up front, and then we're going to take these front wheels, put them on the back because the backs are pretty bald. And we're going to be putting in, the most important thing in my opinion, is a drift button. So if you guys have a BRZ like this or an FRS and you want to go drifting, you can do the pedal dance. This car has a check engine light, so you can't do the pedal dance. The other thing you can do is you can get up in here and you can pull your ABS fuse, and that disables all the nannies. What we're going to do is we're going to tie into this ABS fuse. We're going to basically hijack the power signal to it. We're going to put it to a switch inside the car, and then when you hit the switch, it turns off the ABS. Basically, it unplugs the ABS fuse. So we are going to be taking apart this ABS box, or this fuse box, so that we can get into there. And I went ahead and I printed this right here to hold our little switch, and there's a little cubby next to the start button. And you can put this switch in there and boom, boom. This one doesn't fit. This is the one that does fit, but I didn't clean the bed, so the face looks weird. But anyways, it's my car, so it doesn't matter. But if you guys want some of those, I'm gonna make a block off, a 1 switch, a 2 switch, and a 3 switch. And you guys will be able to get those down at the link in the description. And yeah, so anyways, let's get started. Let's get these wheels swapped over. So that's done. Oh, and we're gonna throw some camber at the car. And then we will start on the switch, doing some wiring. I'll show you guys how to do that. All right, we did the other side. What we're doing is we're running in about 5 degrees of camber into the car, and we're putting on these spacers. These are 5x100 to 5x114 adapters. That way we can run the 15 plus WRX wheels. I thought I had 4 of these, but I guess I only have 2. But that's not a big deal because we're running stocks on the rear. The rear's all done. Got the stocks back there, the stock fronts. You can see in here, right there where it was rubbing, and then right here. So, stock wheels with that angle do not work. Okay, now it's camber time, which sucks asshole. Magnet thing. It's right there. So the way these BCs are set up, we have to take the inside bolt out and move it back. That way we can get enough camber. So yeah, now push it to the max. Ready, sweetie? I don't know if you guys can tell, it's super windy outside. So if you don't have a place to work on your car, I suggest investing in a building. And if you invest in a building, you should invest in one big enough to fit a lift, and you should buy a lift too. Then you'll have all the friends, as long as you're not an asshole. So I don't have any friends. But there it is. There's the front done. It's got a good amount of camber in it. Doesn't look too crazy wild. Yeah, so now we should be able to go down and start on the inside. We'll push the car back a little bit so we can start doing some wiring. All right, so what we're doing is taking this box out. We need to be able to get it up here basically, which we might have to unplug a few things. But for the most part, it doesn't seem like it'll be too bad to get it where we need to get it. It's still stuck here. I don't know what on. All the bolts are out. Let's try to break something. Where's our pry bar? What the heck are the pry bars?
Are you gonna pop that out?
Yep.
I can finally see what's under there. Now I know why you keep doing the drill. Dad, I'm holding this for you.
All right. What are we stuck on? There's a plug right here.
That's make sure I got them.
There's 3 here. So we pulled this box up, and the wire to the ABS fuse is white. The problem is there's 2, so you have to figure out which one goes to the battery and which one doesn't. It's the one that doesn't. It's going to be a 10 gauge or like a 12 gauge wire. We're going to go ahead and put these crimper-doos on here. Oh, that was a bad job. There we go. Okay. Then we're going to take our 2 wires here, and we're going to put them on. And all we're doing, what we're doing here is we're just intercepting the circuit with our relay. And that's going to allow us to turn it on and off as we please. And the nice thing about it is our relay is a 5-wire, not a 4-wire. If you had a 4-wire, you'd be a little bit screwed here. But because we have a 5-wire, what happens is when our switch is off and it's not telling the relay to do anything, these 2 wires are connected. So this will be our hot going this way. This will be our hot going that way. And this wire will always be hot as long as the key's on, whatever. Actually, it'll probably be hot all the time as long as the fuse is in. And that'll always give power over here where it's needed. We hit the button, it's going to switch from this yellow wire to this blue wire, taking power away here, and then will be a dead circuit. So that is what we're doing. Now, we're going to heat shrink all this, wrap all, or not heat shrink, but heat these connectors up, wrap all this back up in tape, get everything back where it goes, then we can put the relay in. Alrighty. Cool. Heat gun, please. Ugh. All right, so we got everything taken apart in the car. We've started running wires. I just printed a new dilly bopper, and man, does it fit pretty stinking good. I'm super happy with these. Man, it looks good. The button will be right there. I don't know where it is. Huh? Yeah, it might be in the car. Anyways, I just drilled a hole in the bottom of our push button thing. That way we can run our wires through here, wire it all up, and then can go in there. So I think we're pretty much ready to put the center console back in. And yeah, it's right here. It's in the thing. So I made this a pretty good fit. So if you line it up nice and straight, you can actually, it's not straight. If you get it straight, you can just hand turn it all the way in. Just like that. So yeah. Oh. Nice. Okay. Let's put the center console in. All right. Well, here it is. It's all in. Looks good. Everything's back together. No power. Turn the car on. And we got light. So light on means drift mode. Light off means normal mode. We got to hook up the ground up front for the relay because right now it's not doing anything. And then we got to cap off our extra wire up there. All right, it's all wired up. Here's the relay. Ground comes here. Hot wire goes in there. It's spliced into the ABS fuse. So now we're going to get Carissa to hop in the car. And I'm going to hold on to the camera. She's going to turn the car on, hit the button. We'll see if the relay pops. We'll see if the dash freaks out. This one, the steering wheel's on the correct side. Oops. So I got my finger on it. We'll feel it and see if it clicks. No, you don't need to start it. Foot off the clutch. Okay, just hit the button twice. Start button. Okay, now hit the, yep, there it went. Hit it again, the button. Yep, and there it's off. It's perfect. Go ahead and hop out. I'm gonna get in and we're gonna fire it up and see if all the dash lights come on. I'll show you guys the ones that are already on. I want to pass the camera. Oh, gosh, it looks so clean. That part came out good. Okay, so car neutral, start it up. We got no lights. Hit our button, traction control and ABS light come on, and they go off just like that. That's awesome. Now we can do burnouts and stuff. Heck yeah, dude. Whose idea was this? It was a great idea. So anyways, that's us getting the BRZ all drift ready. I wish I had a drift button, but I don't think I'm gonna be using the handbrake too much. I think I'll just clutch kick when we go. And if I feel like I need a drift button, like on the e-brake, then we'll order one. We'll figure out how to put that on. But yeah, I think the BRZ is ready to go drifting next weekend. So we'll see you guys there.